Friends decide to take a risk to change their lives that could cost them their friendship. They agree to have fun in bed and more, as friends, without continuing and without commitment. Helping to fulfill each other's desires, they meet new people. What their friendship will lead to and how it will change everyone's life, you'll find out at the end of the story. It's movie recap zone and a new retelling. Enjoy the video. It all started when Dylan Harper discusses a selection of photos for his new blog in a news post. He forgot about his date with his girlfriend and tells a coworker to give him his pants. Meanwhile, Jamie Reilly's calls her boyfriend. They are late for her most favorite movie. Jamie makes sandwiches for Quincy, showing her concern. Dylan meets Kayla. The girl is furious that the guy is late again. Missing a song by her favorite band was the reason to break the relationship with Dylan. In New York, Quincy also suggests that Jamie put their relationship on hold. The guys tell their friends about what happened. Dylan tells them that he is going to immerse himself in work and have more fun with girls. Jamie, on the other hand, wants to become more reserved. The idol for both characters in this case is George Clooney. Soon Dylan flies on an airplane to New York. The stewardess was interested in the guy until he made a silly joke about the pilot and the girl left, raising his seat. Jamie heads to the airport, working as a headhunter, and she is going to meet the right specialist who is coming to town from Los Angeles. Jamie changes clothes in the salon of the Uber so as not to waste time and constantly distracts the driver's attention with questions about the sights of the city. Upon reaching the airport, she asks for a piece of paper correcting a name on it. A sudden gust of wind carries the sheet toward the baggage belt. Jamie catches up with her sign while helping a stranger retrieve his suitcase from the belt. Dylan watches the girl in heels helping with the luggage. At the same time as Jamie, they pick up the sheet with their name on it. The guys get to know each other. Dylan praises the girl for the spectacular meeting, and Jamie tells him to call her recruiter because headhunter sounds intimidating. The guy jokes that the only thing that would scare him is her determination. Turns out she spent 6 months recruiting the guy to consider the position. Picking up his luggage, Jamie promises to change his life. When they get into a cab, the heroine colorfully talks about the prospects of the future art director of GQ magazine. But Dylan doesn't share her enthusiasm yet because his blog already collects 6 million views every month. The guys immediately felt sympathy for each other. Deciding to take a walk before the interview and drink coffee, Jamie jokes about the preferences of Los Angeles residents. The girl walks her new acquaintance to the magazine's office. Dylan praises his drink, gives it to Jamie, and goes into the building. The heroine becomes curious about what is so delicious in the guy's glass, but takes a sip, spits out the green tea, and rinses her mouth with the rest of his coffee. The interview lasted a long time. Dylan was surprised that Jamie had been waiting outside for him the whole time. The guy got the job, but he's not particularly happy about the news. Jamie tries to convince the hero that life in New York is worth the risk and invites him to celebrate a successful contract. The girl almost crosses the road when she notices that the acquaintance did not follow her. Jamie takes the guy by the hand and leads him across the road at a red light, because that's what those who live in New York do. The couple goes to relax at an outdoor bar. The heroine shares her experience in HR. Sean, an acquaintance of Jamie's, walks past the guy's table. Dylan tries to be nice, but the guy acts weird. Then the guys go for a walk in the night city and discuss the acquaintance. The girl shows the hero the nightlife of New York. They try street food, hide from the police, and go up to the roof for a bird's-eye view of the city. Sitting on the roof, Jamie asks the guy about his father and offers to look at the stars while lying on the roof. Later, the girl brings the hero to Times Square, where they hold a formation. During the dance, Dylan agrees to a move to New York and a position at a magazine. The guy's team congratulated him on his new start, and the hero flew out of LA. On the plane, he explained to a neighbor the essence of the movie Miracle on the Hudson. A not particularly cordial cab driver brought Dylan to his new place of residence, where Jamie left him a welcome note. At the new office, Dylan met his coworkers and took his door off its hinges as a sign that it was open to employees. After the meeting, Tommy, the sports editor, approached the hero and offered to spend the evening together. He wanted to help the guy find a buddy of interest, but he made the wrong assumption. Later in the afternoon, Jamie visited a new friend. Dylan showed the girl his idea for using formations for viral advertising. The girl asked the guy to hold the position for a few years so she could get a good fee. When Dylan asked where to have lunch, the girl decided to play a prank on him. She pretended as if the guy was asking her out on a date. The hero was embarrassed. This amused Jamie, and she decided to treat him to lunch herself. While the guys were eating, Dylan got a call from an ex-girlfriend. He told Jamie about why he broke up with the girl. The heroine decided that their situations with the guy were similar. The girl invited Dylan to a party at her house. In the evening, she introduced the guy to her friends and they had a great time. After a while, Jamie saw Dylan's idea on the screen at the airport and took selfies to show her friend. The guys started spending a lot of time together and often bantered with each other. One day, the friends were watching a melodrama. The guy laughed that the movie was too corny, but noticed that Jamie knew almost all the lines of the characters by heart. After the movie was over, Jamie said she needed to sleep with someone soon to improve her health. They began discussing people who get hung up on the consequences, converging on the idea that it would be great to sleep around for health without commitment or continuing a relationship, like playing a game of tennis as friends. Jamie got up to go get drinks and Dylan felt like playing tennis with her. They discussed the details of their preferences and swore the purest and most binding intentions on an electronic Bible. After a quick preparation, they engaged in the long-awaited game of tennis. The guy got really into it and started scouting the underground passage, and his girlfriend guided him to the most sensitive places. After they switched places and the girl decided to brush her teeth, it turns out that the guy has a peculiarity. He sneezes when he reaches the goal. In the morning, the hero's team was choosing the cover for the new issue of the magazine. Dylan didn't want Sean on it. Jamie invites the guy to go for a walk and talk about how they spent their time. The guys decide to stay friends and get active, watching sports programs and playing tennis. During another game of tennis, the heroine's mom walks into the apartment. Jamie introduces Lorna to Dylan. After work, the hero and Tommy play basketball and talk about Jamie. The colleague shares with the guy his experience in love affairs and sails home on his own boat. Lorna braids Jamie's hair and discusses with her daughter their friendship with Dylan. The woman suggests celebrating Independence Day together. In the next scene, Jamie tells Dylan that she wants to start dating someone. The guys decide not to play tennis anymore and go to the park for a snack. There, the hero notices a pretty blonde and goes to meet her. Jamie does not like that the friend found someone for a relationship before she did, and is happy that the blonde is married. The guys continue their walk and Jamie meets Parker. The man asks her out on a date. The couple has fun over dinner talking about themselves. Jamie wants to try the 5-date rule in real life and Parker agrees to her experiment. Dylan can't meet up with his girlfriend, so he agrees to go to a bar with Tommy. When the day of the 5th date arrives, Jamie and Parker decide to do gymnastics. Dylan gets acquainted in the bar with a shade girl and they move to active actions. In the morning, the heroine wakes up to a phone call from a friend. She wants to talk in her room, but her inebriated mother sleeps on the bed. Jamie goes outside for coffee. Friends talk on the phone about the heroine's busy evening. Near the house, Jamie meets Parker, who tries to escape from responsibility, and the couple breaks up. The girl goes to Dylan to tell about everything while he is going home. A friend gives Jamie a painting and advises him to go on a planned vacation with his mother. However, Lorna has gone back to her man and left town. Dylan invites the friend to go to visit his relatives. On the plane, the girl thanks the hero for his support. At home, the boyfriend introduces Jamie to his family. His nephew Sam is into magic tricks and accidentally sets the sleeve of his jacket on fire. Dylan's sister and father are excited to meet a friend. The man discovers that his father's illness has worsened, and he prefers not to wear pants. In the evening, Annie tells Jamie about Dylan. The sister notices the way the boy looks at her friend. When Jamie goes to bed, he suggests that she play tennis again. The girl wants her friend to support her after the breakup, and they have fun in her room. Suddenly, Jamie changes his mind, and they spend the rest of the night playing tennis. Annie notices Dylan leaving her friend's room late at night. In the morning, the family has breakfast at the seaside. Sam demonstrates his skills as a magician again. Dylan spends time jet skiing with his nephew. The boy takes a liking to Jamie. In the evening, the girl tells the boy's family about how they met in New York. The father asks if the son gave his son an engagement present to his girlfriend. Dylan tries to explain to him that Jamie is just a friend. When the hero's father starts asking about his wife, his kids realize it's an attack of Alzheimer's. The next day, Dylan brings his friend to a slope with the letters Hollywood on it. The guys chat about the hero's parents. The police come to pick them up in a helicopter. It turns out that Dylan is afraid of heights and can't get off the ladder by himself. Later in the afternoon, he becomes a character on the local TV news. Annie decides to talk to her brother about Jamie. The guys didn't notice the girl in the room, and the heroine hears everything Dylan thinks about her. In the evening, Jamie goes home. Jamie decides to limit communication with Dylan. Lorna comes to town for the weekend. The woman noticed that her daughter is dropping calls from her friend, but Jamie does not want to discuss her relationship with Dylan. She was highly offended and refuses to recruit her friend to a large book company. On his way to the office, the hero tries to call Jamie. He saw the building that the girl liked to climb and found her there. The heroine confessed that she heard his conversation with his sister. The couple quarrels and Dylan is left on the roof alone. In the evening, he watches his girlfriend's favorite melodrama by himself. Jamie learns that the book company has contacted Dylan directly and can't have him breaking his contract with the magazine. She finds a friend on the set and they fight again. At home, Dylan finds the first note from Jamie in the kitchen. He talks to his sister on the phone and promises to meet his father at the New York airport. Jamie talks to her mom about Dylan. She thinks her daughter is afraid of making her mistakes. Having met his father at the airport and they go to eat at a cafe, while the hero is talking to the receptionist of the establishment, he loses sight of his father. He finds his father already without pants at one of the tables. Surrounding people look at the man with surprise. Supporting his father, the boy also decides to take off his pants and sit down at the table. While dining, the man tells his son about his true love that he once missed. Dylan realizes that he really loves Jamie and decides to win his girlfriend back. At the airport, he meets Sean. The guy threatens the hero again. Dylan realizes that Sean behaves this way because of jealousy. Tommy gives a ride to a colleague with his father to the house. On the way, the hero organizes a surprise for Jamie. Leaving his father at home with a neighbor, Dylan hurries to the central station. There, the girl is waiting for her mother. Suddenly, the people around the heroine begin to dance. Mom admits that she will not meet with her daughter today. Jamie sees Dylan on the stairs and realizes that he arranged a formation for her. The hero confesses his feelings to the girl and asks her to be his best friend again. Jamie agrees and the couple kiss. Dylan asks her out on a first date. At the exit from the station, there is a carriage and the heroine admits that she is afraid of horses. The guys go to a cafe to get to know each other anew. Sitting in the cafe, they realize that getting to know each other better can be done in another way. This was a retelling of the 2011 movie Sex on Friendship. Rate this movie in the comments. How do you feel about such close friendships? Would you want to do something like that in your life? See you in the following stories.